Check out the newest expansions for Waiqar in the Runewars miniature game.
Spiky bits.
What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Baer back again with you today, taking a look at the shotgun blast of expansions that have come out over the summer for the Waiqar faction of Runewars. These are the the undead kind of reanimate kind of guys that were in the starter set that came out earlier in the year. So lots and lots of cool new baddies for your collection, your ever expanding army. Now we've got the Carrion Lancers with one of the existing sculpts that came in the starter and one new one right here. This is a $34.95 expansion pack here. A new caster that includes a variant, cavalry variant, as well as an on foot variant here. I guess this is Ankar Maru, I guess I want to say. No pronunciation guide available at the current time. $24.95 for this guy. And the reanimates themselves, some of the guys that came in the starter as well. And this expansion pack is also $24.95 right there. So let's jump right into it and see what we get with the new expansions here for they're just some great looking miniatures. Now they do come unpainted if you're not familiar with the game or anything, or you've been thinking about checking it out. I suppose with the unveiling of Star Wars Legions at Gen Con, it's got a lot of people talking about, making some comparisons to perhaps Runewars from FFG, and I guess that's not an unfair comparison to say the least. So when you open up the box, you're going to get a bunch of components in here. You're going to get your command dial. It is very similar in consistency to, you could draw some similarities between X-Wing and stuff. So you're going to get your command dial, you're going to get your Bane tokens and wound tokens here, and of course your, I like to call them jersey numbers, but they're just basically to mark units that might be the same on the tabletop. As far as the models themselves go, well, they go together pretty well. It's only a couple different parts there. They are technically push fit, but you can glue them together in a little bit of, effort will go into it. You might have to use a little bit of heat to straighten things out. As far as their action dials, well, this is the commands that you're going to get. And remember, you got to match these up for the modifier and the action, unless it's the universal color of white. It doesn't look like there is any on here, so it looks like you're going to be restricted to doing similar colors all the way down the board right there. So that kind of, well, I guess we could talk a little tactics right there. You're definitely going to know that your marches are going to have to probably combo off with some of your charges right here, or you can reform or shuffle and also give yourself a little bit of a bonus. Or if you want to go later in the turn, because remember this is your initiative, you could do a rally action and also buff yourself, or you could do your special ability, which is great, give out Banes and stuff like that, blight tokens to other units, your opponent's units, and then you can do some combos and things. That also gives you a 3 march if you go that way. It's just some options right there. As far as upgrade cards go, what do we got in here? 8 new upgrade cards in this bad boy. So there's the units. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see these. So here's your units, because remember you get 2 in here. So this is going to be your, if you want to field them, you can get 1 for 15, 2 for 27. You always get a little bit of savings, 4 for 46, and so on and so forth. And those are your available upgrades. As far as abilities and such, here they are right here. You've got melee for 1 surge. You can add a mortal strike if the defender has a blight token. So again, getting those blight tokens out there, super good. And the special is choose 1 unengaged enemy unit at range 1 to 5 in line of sight. That unit receives a blight token. Hey, I think we got ourselves a combo right there. These guys are dirty. Steadfast doubt. While you are suffering a morale test, treat doubt cards as having 1 additional. So it's a little bit hard to break them. They have 3 armor and 3 wounds each. Their melee is 2 blue and 1 red right there. So not too shabby overall. As far as upgrade cards go, it looks like 3 are Waiqar specific, and 4 are generic, 4 are Waiqar specific. Let's see if any are specific. Okay, so they are all specific to the Carrion Riders. Oh, we got some familiar ones right here that we've seen in the past. Fire Rune, Moment of Inspiration, exhaust this to get 1 white die for melee. 2 of those right there. Rank, discipline, precise 1. Oh, it's going to give you extra attacks like you got full rank. Very cool stuff. Frontline, carry, and lancer. All Waiqar specific. So choose one engaged enemy at 1 to 5 in line of sight. That enemy receives a blight token. So it's you can field this as a support if you want for 6 points. Choose one engaged. Okay, so these are both the same. And add 1 mortal if the defender has a blight token. I think these are just to take them on their own, like you put them inside of a unit. I think that's... Are they characters? How does that... Yeah, oh, okay, so it's a frontline upgrade. Okay, got it. So these can actually go inside of units per the rules, I believe, on how that works. I haven't actually played with characters in my units yet, but you can field them like this, or you can field them as individuals, and then if you field them like this, in the squads and the ranks, you're going to get upgrade cards. So that's really cool to see. So if you don't field them like this, you don't get those benefits, right? But you could field them inside of units, because right here your cost is 15, whereas your cost would be 5, and you can pick one of the abilities right there. So what it's looking like to me. So I think that's pretty neat. So there's the upgrade cards, and then as far as the models themselves go, they go together actually pretty easily. It's just like kind of a 2-part. You do want to trim them up just a little bit, but you don't have to do anything too awfully crazy to them. And this guy, actually, you need to snap that piece off. Yeah, we're gonna have to snap that piece off. Well, no, it might fit. Oh, there it is. Okay, yep, it fits. And very easy to put these guys together. So there he is. That's the one that didn't come in the starter. So that's the alternate sculpt that didn't come in the starter set. He looks pretty cool. You just might want to use a little bit of heat and kind of flatten out that weapon right there. All right, so next up, what do we got? Oh, we got our new hero, our caster guy. So he is going to come with all sorts of cool looking things. You got the option for on foot, or the option for a mount right here. It's going to come with 2 figures, of course, 6 upgrade cards, 4 specific, and a couple that are exclusive probably for the ones that allows you to field him inside of squads. Let's see what we got here. So here's our upgrades, here's our little tokens, here's the 2 models, in a cartridge, in a pear tree. Alright, so as far as upgrades go, well, there it is. There's command dial. You're going to see a couple of pieces of terrain as well. Your Banes and your wound tokens. Here's the assembly guide that looks pretty fresh. So he goes together. Doesn't look too hard. Let's see what his commands are. Alright, so here's our action dial and our command dial reference. No, oh, we do have new rules. Additional trays. May I need a full tray to a unit? Figure corresponding to unit's card to slot in each empty. Oh, I bet you that's for the on foot guy. Back rank. Oh, okay, so how to add trays right there. So you can pause it and read that off to yourself. As far as actions go, at the earliest, activation 3, we've got a reform. Melees are going to couple off with a free attack or a surge or a mortal strike. Ooh, that's dirty. He does some work. And we've got some marches up here that will combo off with a turn, a straight charge, or you can get double movement right there. You can do a 2 and a 2, or 3 and a 2, and a 4 and a 2. And of course, you've got the universal rally right over there if you really need it to get that, clear off those Banes, or perhaps just get the token itself. All right, very cool. Let's take a look at some of the stuff that comes with him. So here's the model, and of course they're going to give us all the pieces mixed together. So I don't think it'll be too hard to figure out how it goes together. So let's just do it. Boom. And this guy probably goes on top right here. You know, for the material, I understand why they didn't do this, why they didn't, you know, kind of pre-paint it, because it'd be very hard to keep up with. Is that how it goes? Of course, I should probably look at the assembly guide. No, that's the different one. I understand why they did it. I personally don't think this material is too hard to work with, having worked with it. All right. Oh, wow. Look, catch the whip, dude. That's pretty cool. And he's got his little sword. Or the scythe goes on there. So, I mean, I'm just putting this together with my fingers. Like, ask me how many Games Workshop kits I've ever done that with. 0. That's right. And there he is on his base. So lots of cool, intricate detail, bone detail here. And yeah, you got to clean it up a little bit and fill some seams and stuff, but it's honestly not too bad. I think these newer sculpts are getting better and better as they get a little bit comfortable with that material that they're using. And of course, the guy on foot goes together pretty easily. How the heck? Oh, he's got a staff too. That's kind of cool. Oh, that slots together beautifully. Wow, that is phenomenal. That was so easy. I wish all the kits went together that well. Gosh, holy cow, that would be awesome. Where's the upgrade cards? So Carrion Lancer, nope, not that guy. Do we knock them out the park? Oh, there they are, still in the bag. Alright, let's check those out. So it looks like we've got unit card itself, which is going to give us 1 tray at the cost of 40 with available upgrades. Forbidden Lore of the Shadow Council, your army can include 1 non-unique unit from any other faction. Whoa! After setup, that unit receives 2 blight tokens. Uh-oh. Those can be bad, so you might want to rally those guys. Alright, let's see. So he's got 2 armor, 5 wounds. His ranged attack is double surge, remove 1 wound, roll a number of white dice equal to, what is that, natural energy? I doubt it's natural energy. It's probably unstable energy. And his special ability is add up to one of the runes. Full trays to a Waiqar infantry unit in range. Oh, okay, so he's a reanimator. That's smart. Range attack is going to be, depending on the particular rune that's showing. So 1 white, and melee is 1 white. So this could be multiples here at range, so strength could definitely be at range. Let's double check those runes. I need to memorize those personally. Okay, so I consulted the good book here, and that is Unstable Energy Icon. And this is your stable energy icon, and the one with the crazy squiggle is your natural energy icon there. So very good at range for sure. And upgrade cards wise, we've got 4 that are Waiqar, 5 that are Waiqar specific, and 1 for anybody. Shield of Magroth. That one's interesting looking. After defending against a melee, the attacker suffers damage equal to your defense. Oof, that could be pretty bad right there. All right. So then we can take him, the caster himself, as an upgrade, it looks like, and he has the ability, depending on which one you want. So he is 40 to take, so half price, you can get him and fit him into a unit. The Duskblade, reduce the defender's defense by 1 for this attack, for melee and 2 surge. Violent Forces, restricted to Ankar. Your melee rolls a number of white dice equal to the stable energy instead of unstable energy. Okay. Your special attack adds stable energy trays instead of... Oh no, adds unstable instead of unstable. Okay. Brutal while attacking, your threat is increased by 1. Well, that gives you an extra. Whew, I like that. Regenerative magic, also restricted. The number of surge that precedes your surge abilities is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. This does not affect surge plus abilities. Remember, there was FAQ, I believe, on the surge plus, so make sure you refresh yourself with that a little bit. It's actually pretty easy. And then, of course, a new formation, or a new, not scenario, this is a new setup. Got a couple of new pieces of terrain that came with the kit, and a new scenario as well, volatile runes right there. So lots of cool stuff in this kit. Maybe a must-have for the bad guys. There it is. And last but certainly not least, we're going to kick it over to the Reanimates expansion pack. Those are the same, a lot of the similar guys that came in the starter as well. They're basically skeleton warriors. Okay, once you open up the box, you're going to get the upgrade cards, the command dials and things like that, your explanation of assembly right there, all of the guys, and of course the maneuver bases as well. that look similar like this, but they're in circles. And then you're going to get the unit cards and all of the upgrades. Now this comes with 8 figures, 4 of which are new sculpts from the expansion. So if you got the starter, I guess we'll call it the starter. If you got the starter, then it's good to go. Here you can see the command dial for the group. All the commands there. You got some various banes and inspirations and your little jersey numbers right there. Very cool stuff. There's your assembly. They go together. Again, you know, peg and slot, kind of push fit type deal. As far as no new rules. Nope, no new rules. And as far as action dial goes, well, let's check it out. So at your lower activations, you're going to have a melee. And you're going to have a rally. Let's see. So those are your only options right there, to be honest. Huh. Okay. So you're gonna do damage, and then you're gonna cause morale token. So that's kind of a bonus. If you're attacking in numbers, you can weigh on that pretty heavily. They wheel pretty quick here. They turn pretty quick. You got a march or a charge option and a turning charge option. Your marches are 2 and 3 at the higher activations, and you always have the ability to do your special right there. It doesn't, I mean, as far as like rank and file cavalry go, they actually, looking at that command dial, don't seem that bad now that I'm thinking about it. And the fact that they just add in a panic token seems pretty good. So there's the models. We're not going to really show you that. I mean, they're skeleton warriors. I mean, we know the sculpts are getting better and better from FFG. Here's the unit card right here. You can kind of see what it's all about. Very similar to what's going to come in the starter itself. So you're going to get 2 trays for 16, 4 trays for 26, and it goes up, so on and so forth for your discount level. And then all of your available upgrade cards are listed right over there to the right. Ability wise, well, 1 armor, 1 wound, as you would expect. Each melee is going to generate 2 red dice. Well, depending on your rank, it might generate more. Regenerate. So you have a chance at the end of the activation, if there are any empty, place up to that many new random figures for the appropriate rune into the empty slots. And remember, your little caster guy can bring some of them back too, so that can definitely help. Steadfast, while you are suffering a morale chest, treat doubt cards as having 1 additional morale icon. Doubt is a type of morale, which is triggered by panic. Right? Everybody knows that. Okay, and then we've got 1 specific and 4 generic upgrade cards here. Flank guards, cursed signets, trumpets, and dispatch runner. Exhaust this card to cause another ally at range 1 to 3 to perform a melee. Then that ally receives 1 stun token. So risk versus reward all day right there. Trumpets, your speed cannot be reduced by turns. That's pretty cool. Cursed signets, if you receive 1 or more banes, you instead suffer that many number of wounds. Well, that could be pretty good if you bring your guys back, right? Flank guards, while you're defending, enemies do not add an extra die for flanking you. Okay, that's solid. That's great for cavalry, but it also would help with big blocks of troops. And Lingering Dead, this is Waiqar only. While there are figures in your unit, do not remove empty trays from your unit until the end of the end phase. There you go. So that allows you to reanimate, hopefully, because what was it at this? At the end of the activation phase. So you choose, so at the end of the activation phase, at the end of the end phase, oh, okay, so you activate them, and then you can add more. So if you lose them, that's okay. It's not until the end of the actual turn when they go away. So there you go. I think I'm reading that right. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's just like, there's an end phase, just like X-Wing. So that's cool. So you don't remove the tray if the last model is removed until the end of the phase, so that gives you a chance to reanimate back in. Again, giving these guys some serious staying power. So there it is, a look at the currently available expansions for the Waiqar faction of Runewars. Now, there's a lot more on the way. We know there's some heavy cavalry coming out, coming in hot, and lots more on the horizon for Runewars. Thanks for checking out these great new units for the game. If you haven't checked out this game quite yet, it is definitely worth more than a cursory look. Split it with your friend, check it out. If it's not for you, you can probably still, resell the game. I mean, all the FFG games are definitely worth their money. But eventually, at the end of the day, I think this game is definitely poised to get some traction out there, and they have a lot of expansions already available for it to augment the game experience, and there's a lot more on the way. 2 new factions right around the corner as well. Now, if you like our video features here and want to get the first look at all the new products coming out for the tabletop hobby, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on our videos.